Angelo Badalamenti. And he say, oh, that's it. Oh, it's so beautiful, Angelo. Oh, that's turning my hair out. I love that. Just keep that going.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Angelo Badalamenti.
It's February 14th, 2025, yeah?
David, Mr. Lynch, can you already hear me from Lima? Because, and if he can't believe it, it's funny, once again.
40, 55 for Fahrenheit 13 Celsius. And this means this is really cold like this is really fact. Polisi classica agenzia ti uso per interpretare stare porzo tre secondi, ma se la persona non deve mai finché la gloria se vuoi c'è un se così. I'm sure that I see other ambitious things. That's also said sometimes my purpose that creative should watch Marius. Marius as an object paradox for you tratto for me. It's better, I know this is perhaps paradox for you tratto for me, and I did what to do in integration. I think I also follow the spring in the audio in esame, in fact the spring in the audio so soggettivo soft per esame aggettivo se sul test. Sono sì che sta classicality, and as regard the English test for me, was something to say a few absolutely complete better. Obviously it's a cold, it's a winter, particularly the last days it's really cold. These last weeks better see it in the weeks it's really cold. At the same time it's like so method that follows in some years but 2 months is by this method. This is a removes method is such a the submonths are called the showers from the freezer and the reality confidence possible. When thanks to these submonths in some years solution try to find the good and for this affiliate less than people. But considering also another aspect consists radically in the in general is in fact I internotato remember apart from last year in the past years I internotato remember a winter first part of winter like this so considering both aspects like the try to find the gold the fact that try to find the gold through sequence that the in general for me the temper is good as we can see also the conditions situation things are good and forse per più feeling sensations già c'è un certo me but this is from really sure the think of notice perché esempio tengo a con le showers che ti possible generally people do but to showers I don't know this is mentioned instead of attrazione to absolutely I can say the only things as I just before the thing is it's a bad artistism for kind of thing is a future it's a Friday once again and as you know first of all as every Friday I should never do this both respectively the third red and the fourth the blue razors in all the story of the reports yes and practically I learned a few months ago I believe that this creationist was only a problem of battery problem so and since at that moment I'm using both practically most of the bird with the new the blue the fourth and generally the last 15 minutes yes with the 15-20 minutes with the red the third great thing the fact that also this is working in general great thing or a good thing where I repeat of the razor respectively the third the red and the blue, fourth the blue red and white blue and white in all the story both the razor in all the story the third and the fourth razor in all the story of the reports in general for this it is the fourth channel questo è il report di Lynch sentendo consiglio per me staccando un video una qualche chance anticipato su una certa me music che siamo stati presi lo so off recipiere gat magari a fare come finché te ne parlo antipati ripetiti just before 59 for 5 13 Celsius at l'importante in questa atmosfera attenzione before we release yes, there is a curtain, as you know, as I'm repeating, sometimes there is a curtain in general shouldn't be most perfect, at least I suppose, and in fact I shouldn't have repeat, pratically totally particularly cloudy, this also is light rain, and according to Dr. Reed, also for others, for my sensations, other things, I think later will be more obscure or darker, and also attributed more revealing, but the reason W intelligence of wizards, especially so che mi scrive tu devi ricreare bad so se dici mi dico quindi non guardi insomma se ti piace insomma ti verso in disegno infatti se non ti senti si mette in codice so sotto logo così vedi che si portini ridi insomma ti piace lo so di più per te pensi a voler ne abbiamo diventa mi vuole si battere mi sentire che c'è al si punti mio c'è la serie riconosciuta si pendiente tantissimo in generale visimo non sono che si mi mettere in 18 non sono che si anticipanti qui gente finally, from Meteor Killer, GX 640, APG 625, Russian Secrets of the Imagination. Questi molto people, facendo di corsa, e se la getting to where, so my burden my system, to myself, progress my skills, and finally, you will get breakfast. Today it's late in general, and I think also nurse, crazy late, I mean, for nurse at a ball person, is a first fare of the reaction, to the saloon for coming breakfast. But if the internet is very big, I start to eat at Finten and part-time at the to the estre, so I think that the travel is like a fact some city, it's a structure. Where today bit close regarding late also. I repeat, there are just only 13 and 14. But the really important thing that you should remember is that in some way, also today, fortunately, so I'm really young. And as we always say, ecco, sono tutti della figura. Absolutely. And as you know, once a few weeks, with the other beautiful my favorite biscuits in particular, I would add two things in particular. About the milk, not only contain it coffee obviously, but also the Nesquik chocolate, so that's a fact from another short fragment video, and Nikolaj's breakfast request about these last weeks are a mega bomb. And the other thing is about 3 cereals, because and if there are other beautiful cereals at the second place or position for me, the Conad Italian cereals, at the first position for me is the PAM Italian cereals. PAM Italian cereals, in fact I truly recommend them. They are really superb. I'll see you tomorrow, I suppose, if I don't die. In fact, the 19th tomorrow of what will happen. Now I'll see.